All right, guys, how's it going? So Ugarte, I want to talk about him. I remember a couple of weeks ago being very confident about that deal. I thought there was a real good chance that it might happen. And I remember towards the end of the week, whenever it was approaching the weekend, I remember saying something like, I'm going into this weekend, I feel good about Ugarte and McAllister, but let's see. But it does sound like everything's going all right. Now, after then, you'll have known, or if you follow my videos or my content or whatever, you'll know that I changed my opinion. I literally think after that weekend, I more or less was like, this is not starting to look good, or sound good is a better way of saying things. So, Liverpool were warned off a little bit. I told you about that. And we did see stuff come out about that, saying that suggestions that Liverpool might be reported for, tapping him up kind of thing. They were getting a bit pissed, basically, with Liverpool. So it went quiet. And many people suggested to me, in the comments or on the live streams and things, well, maybe it's gone quiet because Liverpool have backed off and they're going to go back later. And I said, well, I don't think so. I don't think it is that. Maybe it's that, but I don't think it's that. And to me, it just started to sound like something wasn't right or isn't right. Yeah, because as far as I'm aware at the moment, there has been no official, there's not a at the beginning of official, is there? There's been no official word. However, the latest suggestions are that PSG are going to sign him and have kind of like gone all in and said that they will pay the release clause, which I think is 52 million sterling, pounds. Now, the initial early responses to that from people that I trust is that we were never going to pay the release clause, and that there was some kind of, they couldn't agree on something to do with, I think the player it's not a simple ownership or representation, of the player. Some players have one agent, some players have one agent and someone else that assists and advise. If there's the more people that are involved in something, whether it's how much someone owns of a player, or whether how many agents are involved. Sometimes, right, when in a deal, you'll often hear, won't you, like, this player is linked with Liverpool and the agent is involved, blah blah blah. But sometimes there's agents that introduce clubs to an agent, or and vice versa, and they want a slice of the action as well. It's all very murky, but it happens. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like I don't know. Like, for example, right, I live in Spain, right? I have a Spanish friend here. It's a long story. It's called Xbox One, right? There's a joke behind it, a long story. It's very, very funny. If you ever want to know more about that, ask me about it. And in Spain, you have Spanish people, workers that can come to your house, plumbers, electricians, whatever, yeah? And there are obviously British people here and other nationalities as well, but there's an expat community as well. And I will always hire or get a guy in that's Spanish to do the work for me for two reasons. One, I want to support the community in the place that I live, right? So I want the Spanish to think he's a good chap. He always turns to Spanish people. He's come to our country and he's trying to employ us, sort of thing. That's number one. But two, obviously, cost is extremely important in these things. And I know that a Spanish electrician is going to charge me much less than a British one, right? So I have this Xbox One, who's my in between, because he can sort all things out. He's my go-to when something goes wrong at home. And he will say, I'll say, hey, I've got a problem, I've got a leak. And he'll go, okay, leave it with me, Mr. Duncan, right? And he goes and brings someone to my house. And I pay that guy to do the work for me, but Xbox One, he gets an introductory fee, right, doesn't he, from his pal, which basically means, thanks, Juan, Xbox One, gracias, Xbox One. I got a job here, thanks a lot, here's some beer money, right? So he makes something for it, he introduces. And that, as simple as it may sound, is what happens in football as well with transfers. It's not always that agent. And sometimes you'll see, Liverpool, don't assume that every player that we go for is who Liverpool wanted. There are so many approaches, agents approaching Liverpool all the time saying, basically offering their clients, say, look, our player's looking for, would you be interested in that? And sometimes what they do as well to avoid getting into trouble is an agent will use another agent and say, look, I really want to make this deal happen with Liverpool, but if his club, Sporting, for example, or whatever, something, right, if they find out we're in serious shit, so I need you, Dave, to do that approach for me, right, so that if it comes on top, right, if the shit hits the fan, I can go, hey, I haven't been anywhere near it, because you were a third party and you're nothing to do with me, right? So his mate might do the approach and get involved in a little bit and that, and then at some point he wants some money and all, right? So this is what sounds has gone on somewhere with this Ugarte. So Liverpool, it sounds like, I can't verify this. I'm not one of these numpties that's going to give you fantasy on Twitter and wants you to believe whatever, or push an agenda, because if you're anti-FSG, you're going to be out there today saying, this blame fucking FSG out because they let this one go, they wouldn't do. Do you know what I mean? So there's no agenda here. There's no agenda here. And I'm only going by what I've been told by the people that I trust that are on that members website right there behind me, right? And the initial feedback, it's very early at the moment, and this might be wrong, is that Liverpool wouldn't meet the release clause, right? Which apparently PSG are willing to do, which is, I think, £52 million or 50 million, something in that region. And I always thought that the Ugarte deal, do you remember about this? I've said this in all of my videos to do with him, I think, was that the Ugarte deal sounded dependent on what happened with the likes of McAllister. You know, your primary objectives, your primary target. So Liverpool needed to make sure they didn't spend an absolute fortune. Now, even if McAllister's got a release fee or a certain figure that can make that deal happen, which it sounds like, it's not just that. It's about the money that goes to the agents. It's about the wages. It's about how much the whole thing costs in general. And if Liverpool spent too much on that deal, McAllister or any other, because we don't know what's going to happen with McAllister, but we hope it's going to happen, right? I said, because I'd been told that will affect Ugarte. That's what was said to me. And I think, I hope I conveyed that to you in my videos, that the Ugarte one was always to do with the deal, the money had to be down on the other big deal. And that now is starting to sound like that is true. Again, I don't know. I'm not a Twitter ITK, but it sounds true that Liverpool wouldn't pay the release. And if Liverpool wouldn't pay the release of 52, right, which is probably a fair valuation, I would have thought, is it because of the other money that was involved in this situation? So if you think about it, why has this club got pissed with Liverpool for the way they've been approaching? Have Liverpool trying to do something, right? Speculation, purely hypothetical. Have Liverpool tried to do something with the agent, which would make sense, that has said, look, we don't really want to pay that release clause. Get that down and we'll make it happen. And we'll make sure you and people involved in this will just get that little bit more, because Liverpool might go, right, we've saved 12 million on the transfer fee. We can bung him 2 million extra, right? We've still saved 10 million. Now, if you think that doesn't happen, I am telling you it does, because I know people that are involved in this shit, right? And I can assure you, I don't know if it's happened in this, and I don't know if Liverpool Football Club behave like this. I don't know. I'm not getting myself into trouble, right? But it happens. And I can't stress the importance. This is massive, massive industry, right? But it's the same principles for massive industry as it is for you and me in our little jobs, or if we're just an handyman that goes round to someone's house to make a few bob. It's all about wheeling dealing, right? And if Liverpool took part in, or someone representing Liverpool, maybe without Liverpool's permission, right? If somebody was involved in their third-party agents and was saying, get that fee down, that would explain why his club were pissed with Liverpool, wouldn't it? Be like, hang on a minute, what they're trying to do what? Fuck right off, I'll tell you what, right? And is that why it went... Me personally, you might think I'm mental. Me personally, that's my opinion what's happened with Ugarte. I don't even need to speak to anybody else, any of my friends or sources or contacts and all that. I hate using words like that, but that's what they are, I guess. But to me, it's more about friendship. I would put my life on it. That's what's happened. There you go. So it looks like Ugarte is going to go to PSG. There you go. Nothing confirmed at the moment. I think we might see more about that today. That's what the chat is suggesting at the moment. So the other thing that I did think about that might have saw Liverpool back off or not pay the release fee was I forgot already. You know what my memory's like. Was that maybe somebody else had become available now? What I mean by that is, and I think I mentioned this maybe in a stream yesterday on here. Maybe Liverpool have gone, hang on a minute, we can do this. And my first, reaction is, oh, maybe someone better's come available. Adam Naylor, that's got a great YouTube channel on here, go and support him. He's the only YouTuber that I watch to do with Liverpool Football Club, Naylor. He said to me, don't, or maybe something a little bit more financially attractive has come up. So maybe it's not just better ability player like what he's available. Do you know what I mean? So we all go, oh, we'll go for him because, that's who the boss wanted. You know what I mean? He's better anyway. We never wanted Ugarte, right? PSG did though, right? You know what I'm saying? Have Liverpool gone, well, we're not paying that 52 million, we can get him for 40, he'll do a job. I don't know, right? But I can't guarantee you, that'd be totally irresponsible for me to say that. I don't know what's gone on, right? But I trust enough people. I've been in this lark for a long time to know what goes on, usually. And the people that I trust, you don't have to trust them. The people that I trust are indicating to me that it was about this release clause and other things. That's all we need to say in a video out here for everyone. So let me know your thoughts. I guess that's it. If I've made loads of videos today for you, do you like the little update videos each day and stuff like that? I think it was Graham that was on the chat yesterday. He said, I've really missed not having you, making a cup of tea, making your videos, and I get up in the morning, I look forward to seeing them. But it's been bad weather here for a few days, and I wasn't really in a position to do it because the electricity and the internet kept going off. But it's glorious now, it's good. So do you like the little update videos, like boom, 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 boom? Because I don't like talking about the same players every day, because then I become Fabrizio Romano, Mo Salah, him, right, that just fucking shouts and... But no, what I mean is then I become Fabrizio Romano, where basically I'm saying the same thing the next day in a different order because he wants to continue to raise his profile and his image and everything. That's fine. Like, my image is all right, girls, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? If you like a big fella, you know what I'm saying? And anyway, so I don't want to be Fabrizio Romano. I took great offence to someone coming on here recently saying you're only making videos for views. Well, of course I'm making videos for views in the first place. I want people to watch my videos, but I am never going to mislead people on here. And I'll tell you why. Because the people that are on here, I consider them my friends. And that's what's different to what you might see on other YouTube channels with these big hitters or whatever that just, very professional people and all that, you know what I'm saying? But they don't know all them individual people in them chats going up and down the screen. I know just about every fucker that takes part on here that, that's here on a regular basis. I don't know everyone that comments, right? And these people are real people to me. And if I mug them off, they're going to know that and they're not going to come back. Right? So you won't get anything more fucking real or authentic on here. So yeah, I want people to watch my videos, but I don't need to raise awareness or anything. I'm 48, I'm a granddad, right? I'll be 50 next year if I live out and see my birthdays, right? I'm not at that stage in my life where I want to improve. I'm quite fucking happy as I am, so I want to be careful, clear about that. But I'm happy to do update videos. I don't want to just put a player's name in the video title just to get views. Fuck that right off. If you think that, you're deluded. Right, that's it. Enough ranting. If you enjoy my video, please thumbs up. Please leave a comment. Read the video description, please. I do have some names to add there from the last 2 weeks. People that have supported me, that have hit the thanks button and have got me a drink or whatever. And I have not forgotten that. And the same with the guys that support the stream. I'm going to go through the list and add the names into that thing. Yeah, whatever. But a comment and a thumbs up is suffice. It keeps me going. It means that people appreciate my videos, and it keeps my chins up sometimes when I'm feeling a bit down when people say nice things. All right, guys. Ugarte, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it's starting to sound like it ain't going to happen. And I think that if you followed my videos over the last few weeks, you've seen my mood go like, not so sure, guys. It doesn't sound right. And the things I'm hearing today from the people I trust kind of backs up what I was thinking. So I do appreciate your opinions. If you're angry, get it in the comments. You tell me, FSG out. If not Ugarte, who? Who? I noticed a particular journalist from the Click, not even right, they recently said, that Liverpool are only interested in signing Premier League players, and yet today I've seen them mention someone outside the Premier League, so there's a bit of a contradiction there. So, and also there's a really good channel members video on here, and I'm not saying that to push the channel to you. There is a really good members video on here from a few days ago, specifically talking about a couple of people in the media. It's private because I don't like uttering people's names. We're in football. If you're a journalist, I'm allowed an opinion, right? As they are of me, and trust me, they do. You're not missing anything by not watching that video. It's not juicy or anything. But if you watch videos like that I do privately sometimes, I think it will really. I hate to say it like this, but it'll really I don't want to use a certain word because it sounds insulting. It'll just make you more aware of some of these people, because you've got to remember, you probably don't know much about some of these journalists and who they know at the club, or how they know people, or what their personal opinions are, or what they're up to in life with their career and things like that. And sometimes journalists can come out and say things and give you hope when really it's just to create awareness. And I don't know. I'll shut my mouth. I'm waffling. I look out for my peoples, that's all I'm saying. Right, I'm off. Please thumbs up, drop me a comment, and hit that thanks button as well if you love me. Hooray. God loves a tryer, he does.